Hello, Eagle family, and welcome to another episode of the Eagle Exchange. I'm your host, Chancellor Karrie G. Dixon, and today's episode is one that truly embodies the spirit, history, and pride of North Carolina Central University. We have the honor of speaking with someone whose family legacy is woven into the very fabric of this great institution. In honor of Dr. James E. Shepard's 150th birthday, Dr. Carolyn Green Boone is joining me today. Dr. Boone is the great-granddaughter of our university's founder, Dr. James E. Shepard, and his wife, Miss Annie Day Shepard. Dr. Boone, welcome to the Eagle Exchange. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you, Chancellor Dixon. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. So I just want to start by, you're the great-granddaughter of our founder, of North Carolina Central's founder. How does that feel? And when you think about what you have done, your legacy, your family's legacy with this great institution, the university's history, how does it feel to return to campus during homecoming, during events? I mean, we see you all the time. We see you engage with students. How does that feel? And how does it feel to celebrate your family history right here at NCCU?
Well, it feels like home. It feels like coming home every time I set foot on this campus. I feel a connection with my family's heritage, and it's a privilege to be here each time.
And you know, every time I see you have a smile on your face, I see you engaging with the faculty, staff. You're a celebrity on this campus as you come on campus, and people see and they honor you and your family, especially on Founders Day convocation. We had all of you there, and it was a great honor just to have your just to be present and have you as part of that great celebration. So November 3rd marked Dr. Shepard's 150th birthday. So as you think about being the great-granddaughter of such an amazing man that we all have read so much about, and understanding his vision for NCCU, and as you think about him and his legacy and how he started NCCU, what emotions or reflections come to mind during this time each year?
Well, it's very poignant. It's very sobering, if you will, to just sit back and reflect on his birth and what his legacy ended up being. And also, when my mother was alive, it was even more poignant because she loved him and grew up with him and spent summers with him as a child. And it was just so emotional just living through those moments with her and through her. So as a child, I assume you spent a lot of time on this campus. What was that like? Well, we came here every year, of course, for Founders Day, and then his oldest daughter, Marjorie, lived across the street from campus, so we were back and forth all the time. And I've realized later in life that I actually watched the campus develop over the past 60 years. I'm telling on myself, but and it's really quite an honor to live near campus, because when I look out over campus, I feel like I'm standing in the stead of my great-grandfather, who used to look out of his window over campus, especially during his waning year at the end. He would watch out of his bedroom window and look over the students and over the campus, and I feel like I'm kind of doing that in this place now.
Yes, and with the Founders Day convocation, we celebrated the 78th Founders Day convocation, and it's always such a great highlight during homecoming week to have Founders Day convocation and to really celebrate our founder, your family being there and being a part of that. But what moments really stood out to you, or what moments really every year that you look forward to when it comes to Founders Day convocation and the celebrations during homecoming?
Yes, the singing of the alma mater always brings me to tears. It was written by my great-grandmother Annie Day, and it means so much. I want everybody to learn that during the rah, rah, rah part, this is what you do. It's
Yes.
kind of gotten lost over the years. I saw a young lady do it at the 40 under 4
Oh.
celebration, and I asked her, what class were you in? I think
Uh-huh.
she was in the class of 2010, and she said they were taught that.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
the beautiful music from the choir has always been a highlight as well.
Yes.
And I love the ceremonial nature of it because it represents my great-grandfather and how, I won't say rigid, but, you know, definitely did things in a pattern that were ceremonial and regimented, if you will, in terms of things. So just seeing that beautiful occasion in his honor and the way it's conducted is always inspiring.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed the speakers as well. There's not one Founders Day that I've been to since I've been old enough to understand that I didn't take away some type of inspiration from the speaker.
That's wonderful. You know, as I was listening to you, I was reflecting back myself, and you know, it also to me really shows like a recommitment to the mission of the institution. When we had the alumni president up there, myself as chancellor, and the student body president, and we were, you know, recommitting to our responsibility and making sure the vision carries on through our leadership. And so I totally, you know, it's something very inspiring to be a part of. So I was glad to hear that, you know, you still have fond memories and reflection on it.
I love that ceremony too.
Yes, yes. So as an alumna of Spelman College and North Carolina Central School of Law, so you are a legal eagle.
Yes.
How do you see those experiences, you know, being a graduate of an HBCU, Spelman College, and then also now a graduate of NCCU's law school? How have those experiences shaped your voice as a leader and as an advocate and as a historian? And that's something I learned about you. So tell us more about that.
Yes, well, I worked very hard to preserve the history of my family and other North Carolinians of color. I have an historic preservation fund with the Triangle Community Foundation that is designated to do just that.
Okay.
But with Spelman, there's another family connection that I always thought of, and Dorothy Shepard Manley was the niece of Dr. James Edward Shepard, and she was the first lady of Spelman for over 20 years.
Oh.
So when I was there, I would always walk past the Dorothy Shepard Manley dormitory. So I kind of felt that same being at home and ownership, if you will. Like, I'm a part of this legacy. My family helped, you know, bring this about.
Exactly, exactly. So tell us a little bit more about your role in the community as it pertains to being a historian.
Well, I have advocated to save as many historic properties as possible because I do believe in the importance of built history. But I also have worked to set up formats for oral history to be preserved because a lot of times that's all we have, and if we don't preserve it, then people will try to rewrite our history and diminish the importance of the stories that we've been told from our ancestors.
Great. And, you know, you just bring a wealth of experiences. And as I mentioned, you know, you give back in the community, you give back to this institution. So it's just such an honor to have you. And as we think about the future, and as you think about your great-grandfather and the contributions he's made, his legacy, the family's legacy, the family's history here at North Carolina Central University, what do you think Dr. James E. Shepard, how do you think he would feel about the innovation we see today at this university, the growth, the community bond that we have with the community and being a part of the history with the Hayti community in partnership and being right here in Durham and the continuation of being an economic engine in this area? What do you think he would be most proud of?
I think he would be proud of the growth of the actual campus itself, also of the academic programs, the business school, the nursing school, the law program, how they've expanded. I think he would be very proud of the growth of the athletic program because he was an enthusiast for the athletic program, and I think he would want to see us keep growing, maybe even into a satellite campus, into the RTP. Who knows?
Yeah.
He would love that.
That's wonderful. And you know, now that you mentioned the growth piece with enrollment, this year we had the largest enrollment ever in the history of the university. So it's a great milestone to celebrate. But we continue to grow, and what is so much more important is the fact that students want to be here.
Right.
They want to be a part of the legacy. They want to be a part of the history of this great institution. They want to be a part of the alumni base that are absolutely amazing, doing things, you know, great things across the country and beyond. So the legacy that really speaks volumes to excellence as the standard right here at NCCU is really, you know, attributed to the fact that your great-grandfather had the vision, and the vision is here to stay. So I just want to thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Carolyn Green Boone, for sharing your thoughts and perspectives. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, I'll be joined by two incredible Eagle voices. Stay tuned. The Eagle Exchange will be right back.
At North Carolina Central University, we rise together, and we rise with purpose. Every Eagle discovers not just how high they can soar, but how far they can lead.
Go Eagles!
We shape leaders, equipping them to impact the world, all while honoring the traditions and spirit that make us Eagles.
Take flight with purpose and add to the rich legacy of North Carolina Central University.
Welcome back, Eagles. I'm now joined by our 83rd Miss NCCU, Thesha Johnson Jr., and our 26th Mr. NCCU, Christopher Thorns. Thesha and Christopher, welcome to the Eagle Exchange. So glad to have you here today.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Thank you, Chancellor.
So first off, congratulations, and I have to say you look absolutely amazing as you represent NCCU everywhere you go. It just makes me so proud as Chancellor to see the two of you representing NCCU, representing the student body, and just being student leaders. It just feels so good, and it just warms my heart. So how does it feel for you to be officially named Miss 83rd, Mr. 26th NCCU? How does that feel?
It's truly a blessing, you know. As they always say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. After getting crowned, it really showed me what it feels to actually have to always hold your head up high. But it was a full circle just to finally have the crown, serving as Miss Sophomore to now Miss NCCU, and just getting this heavy crown.
Yes,
it's a
yes.
blessing.
And what about you, Mr. NCCU?
Nothing short of a blessing, I believe, like stated by my missus, something that we put a lot of work and time into, honestly. It tests your character a lot of the times, but we're built for it. I just talked to God about a lot of my struggles, and I appreciate that he used me as a vessel to, you know, be that bridge to the student body.
So when I see the two of you in public settings, you know, you have so much confidence in who you are as a person, and that speaks volumes because, you know, in a world that we live in today where there's so many challenges and uncertainties and things that are happening around us, and you know, one of the top priorities that we are really focused on is well-being, mental health, and our student body, our faculty, our staff, our entire community. So what keeps that smile on your face, and how do you feel you know, wearing this crown and wearing this title on the campus and representing NCCU?
Absolutely, that's a great question. Honestly, I feel like what really makes me the most happy, and I take pride in like serving the students, knowing that I, you know, can help somebody or help somebody help another person is honestly like a fulfilling feeling for myself, because I understand what it feels like, you know, being a freshman coming in, not knowing your next move or direction. I also a very family-oriented guy. I spend time with my family. I talk to them as much as I can. My brothers, my mom, my dad, and now my niece, Kamara.
Good. And you know, I'm glad you mentioned family.
Absolutely.
Because I was able to see and meet your families at Coronation, and I have to say you Miss NCC, you look absolutely amazing. That gown was stunning.
Thank
and
you.
then that tuxedo, I'm still trying to figure out how in the world was that tuxedo designed and embroidered. I mean, the
Yes,
vision
ma'am.
there was amazing, but your families were there. I mean, they traveled far to come to represent the family and to be there with love and support of you and great pride. And, you know, it was just great to see your parents as they teared up and saw you up there on stage getting crowned. How did that feel for you when you were crowned, when you knew that title was yours? What does that feel like, or how did it feel?
It was truly a blessing to have my family there. I participated in coordination for 2 years, and every year I always used to say, when I win Miss NCCU, my mom and them are finally going to get to come down and see what I be going home talking about. Because being a first-generation college student, I go home and I tell them, I miss sophomore, I miss Alpha Phi Alpha, I miss this. And, you know, they're listening, but they probably don't understand all the way. So it was just a blessing to have them actually understand and see what I'm talking about and just get to meet my peers and my mister and my royal court and my advisors and the people that I go home and talk about all the time. And just for my brother to be in that setting and see like, wow, he came back and told me like, wow, sis, you really that girl. And I'm like, I told you, brother.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a dream come true to have my family there.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Like Tisha said, first generation college student, my family never really got to experience these things firsthand.
Yes.
You know, even myself, like everything up until this point I've experienced has been something that I've just gone through, you know. It was very exciting seeing my dad come out. They don't really come up here as much. And, you know, being an African-American male in America, they put you on a stigma where you might not have an active father. And my parents have been married for 25 years. They've done a great job raising us. And that was just my payback for that, honestly, like letting them know that I'm up here for 4 years and I have a purpose.
Yes, and your father spoke. I mean, it was just touched my heart to hear how proud he was of you and all that they have invested in making sure that you had an opportunity to be college educated, to be a leader on campus. And as we think about leadership, and you all are involved in a lot. So not just wearing this crown, I mean, it has led up to this point, but you all are involved in a lot of student leadership activities on campus. D9, representing my soror here, and 06, yes.
Good brothers, absolutely.
Yes, so what inspired you to put yourself in position to take on these leadership roles that led up to where you are today?
I would say I always, every night, every morning, I pray to God about everything. I feel like God has set me on a path that he's just making sure I follow. I was inspired to run for this position. I always loved being in leadership roles. I was the president at my high school. So when I came to Central, I met Mr. J. And Mr. J's like, oh, you should get involved. You should be Miss Freshman. You should try to run for Miss Freshman. And I didn't know what that was. I'm just like, yes, I'll do it. I want to do it. So I ran for Miss Freshman, Miss Sophomore, Miss Junior, and did other things outside of that. But I knew the end goal was Miss North Carolina Central University. I met Armani Graves, and the way she carried herself, seeing that crown on her head, and just seeing the royal court in general was truly inspiring. And I just knew that was something that I wanted. I wanted to be a face for this school. I wanted to advocate for this school and the student body and show them that I could be a queen in many different ways. And I served as a miss in different positions as well, just to show them that my personality all around.
Wonderful. And I have to say, Tisha, when I first met you, just a little over a year and a half ago, you came to my office and just blew me away because she was a student who knew exactly what she wanted and was not afraid to say. And to tell me, here's where we are, Chancellor, with the university. Here's what we need to be thinking about. But I appreciate that because your leadership, both of you, and the same thing with you, Chris, when we met, I mean, we appreciate that feedback because we have to work together. The administration, the student body, the student leaders, we have to be on the same page because we all want the same goal.
Absolutely.
We want NCCU to be the best that we know that it already is, and even greater.
The number one
than
HBCU.
it is. That's right.
Claim it. The number one.
The number one.
Yes,
Exactly. So tell me a little bit about your royal court. What is it like to lead them?
I think I know we take much pride in leading our royal court. It's many nights and mornings that we spend just thinking and taking time on how we can benefit everyone as a whole. Tisha is a very ambitious, passionate person. We're both Taurus. Both our birthdays in May, so we share a lot of the.
Yes.
I feel the connection.
Yes.
The Taurus, we get things done, don't
All
we?
the way, yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
What's yours? May
2nd.
May 2nd?
May 8th.
May 8th, May 6th.
May 6th.
Oh
I know
my
it. I already
goodness,
know. I
that is
seen it.
amazing.
I
Yes.
seen your Instagram post.
Yes.
I seen it. I was like, man, I just got the same.
I
birthday, man.
know.
I said, yeah, I'm
See,
special.
that's what I knew. Yeah. I already know. Greatness.
But we just take that same ambition and pride that we use and pour into the student body and the university as a whole and pour it into our individual courts. They bring a lot to the table. They're involved heavily as well, whether it's D9, leadership positions, 3-time, 2-time kings and queens. So we just take pride in being somebody that can lead with a purpose. Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Okay, let's do something fun. Now let's go to the 60-second round to find out, so the audience finds out a little bit more about you. So, what is your favorite hobby? Do you have a favorite hobby?
I like to play 2K. I play Madden. I like to play the game PS5 on my free time or just connect with my line brothers for sure.
Wonderful. Any
I like
hobby?
to spend time with my friends.
Okay, wonderful. Do you prefer mornings or nights?
Nights.
Nights. I'm not a morning person.
I'm not either. Mornings, yes. Not mornings. Nights, yes. I'm up all night. Who inspires you the most? Is there someone that inspires you?
I would say I have to give it to 2 people. My brother, Panero Johnson, he's currently in college. He was the first one to go off and go out of state in college. And then my godmother, the lady who raised me.
Okay, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show, it had to be like either Ghost, Power, or like BMF or something.
Yeah, I like Power. Okay, what about yours?
I like Power too. I like
when is it coming back on? That's what I want to know.
That's the next question. We might got to go out there and figure out what's next.
I know. When is it next? I see the spinoffs, but I haven't seen anything come up recently. So if you had a superpower, what would it be?
That's a good question.
Hard.
If you had a superpower.
A superpower.
Speed, read, invisible.
I would say fly.
Fly?
Yeah,
okay,
I would like to fly.
I would say transportation.
What?
I want to be able to transport.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like just get there.
Okay.
So I won't be late.
Yes.
So go like this and I'm gonna be there.
Okay, that's good. Do you prefer the beach, the mountains, or the city?
The beach.
I like the beach. I like to be around some water. It's soothing. Give you time to reflect.
Okay. What's one item you can't live without? I think I know the answer
Probably
to that.
my phone.
Yes, the phone. What do you think, Miss NC?
I have a personal item that I go to sleep with every night that I take everywhere with me. Anytime I travel, I always tell myself, if I was to get on the airplane and I left it, I got to take me back.
Really?
Ask her what it is, Chancellor.
What is it? Do you mind sharing or no? If you don't want to share, I understand.
They are some pants that I have that my brother has, and I have a really good connection with my brother. We're Irish twins, and so I feel like with me being so far apart, it's an emotional thing.
Connection.
And being away from my family, because I don't have family in North Carolina other than my central family.
Yes.
And so yes, it's some khaki pants that I keep with me, and he knew what he was doing.
Okay. What's your go-to karaoke song, and can we hear a little bit?
I'll go first. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go.
If y'all know this song, sing with me. Love, never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start eagle pride in it.
Oh, nice. I love it. And what's your favorite holiday time of the year?
My favorite holiday is Christmas, only because that's literally the only time I feel like it's easy to get the whole family together, especially with my brother being a wrestler. He never gets to come home, not even for Thanksgiving. So Christmas time is the time where we all are together, and it's a blessing to be together with my family.
I agree 100%. This time of the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, my brother being in the military, he gets to travel, come see us. Me being in school, I get time off to enjoy everything that we've done up until this point, for sure.
Wonderful. So what makes you most proud of being a student here at North Carolina Central University?
I would say what makes me most proud is the students and the faculty and staff, being able to hear the students come up to me and just tell me how I inspire them, tell me how I help them, or how they appreciate me for being so opening and welcoming. And one of the biggest things that I connect with is that since I got here, I always said, I want to be Miss NCCU, I want to be Miss NCCU. So hearing people come back up to me and say, I remember you said you was going to be Miss NCCU, and now you're Miss NCCU. So that's one of the most inspirational things.
For me, I like the community environment. It definitely gives you room to grow as a person and professionally. I like to give you your flowers as well. Being a chancellor that invites innovation, you're not scared of change. It's very welcoming on this campus, and I really appreciate the movements that you're making in order for us to grow and be better than we was the day before. It really doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. And I'm so proud of our amazing students, and the two of you represent that level of leadership and where excellence is the standard right here at NCCU. So I thank you. Thank you again to Dr. Carolyn Green Boone, to Miss NCCU Thesha Johnson Jr., and Mr. NCCU Christopher Thorns for joining me on this very special episode of the Eagle Exchange. Your stories remind us of the rich legacy, leadership, and excellence that continue to define our Eagle community. NCCU faculty and staff, if you're watching on November 21st, today's the deadline to complete the Community Engagement Survey. Your feedback helps us grow stronger together. Eagle family, make sure to show your support this weekend. Catch our volleyball, cross country, football, and men's and women's basketball teams in action. Come cheer on our Eagles in person. Visit nccueaglepride.com for details and updates. And finally, a reminder about our upcoming 146th commencement exercises, which will be held in McDougal-McClendon Arena. We'll celebrate our graduate, professional, and doctoral students on Friday, December 12th at 9 a.m. Then later that day at 2 p.m., we'll honor our undergraduate students. All ceremonies will be streamed live on NCCU's YouTube channel and the university's website. I'm Chancellor Karrie G. Dixon, and thank you for tuning in to the Eagle Exchange. As always, Eagle Pride Amplified.